Hey. Beef with me, I shoot the block, don't die, we spin again. See a 10 and shoot my shot like, bitch, I'm trying to win. Shoot to the stove for the drink, you and all your friends. Taking shots after shots, I'm trying to get it in. Yo, beef with me, I shoot the block, don't die, we spin again. See a 10 and shoot my shot like, bitch, I'm trying to win. Shoot to the stove for the drink, you and all your friends. Taking shots after shots, I'm trying to get it in. Back in the day, I wasn't getting them hoes, they was ignoring the play. Even if I was headed to their destination, they wasn't going my way. Shooting my shot, they wasn't going for that. I promise they going today. I put that dick on them, fuck them and lick on them now, I swear they just don't know what to say. I swear the mama a freak, been ass over and beat cheeks. I don't know everything, but if that hoe go to testing me, I got a cheat sheet. Stay going hard, no weak me. Bust on the face, ski. We taking shots, then we repeat. She say it's on with Patron. I know that goose get her loose. I tell her come in and take off her shoes, and then I go knock in the boots. Me and you in the coupe, trying to slide what it do. All of my screws are tight than a bitch, but hers I'm knocking them loose. I'm so faded and fucked up, I can't stand on my feet. Still me and you in the jacuzzi, what I wanna see. Leave the crib at 4 a.m. and don't come home to 3. Don't fuck with no wannabes. Trip on me and you gon' see. You beef with me, I shoot the block, don't die, we spin again. See a 10 and shoot my shot like, bitch, I'm trying to win. Shoot to the stove for the drink, you and all your friends. Taking shots after shots, I'm trying to get it in. Yo.
Listen, man, MLB The Show be talking about they gonna drop these home run derby packs after the game, man. Just give us some time. Bruh, the home run derby was up. Listen, I'm on the East Coast, bro. It's 1:30 right now. The home run derby ended around 10 something, bro. How do it take you this long? That's neither here nor there, man. Listen, man, we here to talk about the MLB 2022 home run derby. But before I talk about that, I'm glad I just thought about this. Big baseball show tonight. I was watching bits and pieces of, I think the longest watch session I had for it was like 20 minutes probably. But the content creators all-star event before the home run derby, where like you had pros, streamers playing MLB The Show. That event, God bless every single person who tried to make this event successful, because the fucking game dropped, the connection in the game dropped every fucking match from the start to the finish. There was not one match where the connection did not drop and they had to start the match over or start a new match and pick up. Like, it was so ridiculous. For one, it make you wish you had situations in these games where you could create the situational scenario so you could just start the game back up where you left off. But this game, the connection, which is one of the biggest problems I done had with this game since I done got it. I started playing this game 2 years ago when it first came out on Xbox, because I had never played it before on PS4 or on the PS system, because I've never owned a PS system outside of a PS2 and a 1. But I never bought a PS after that. I've always been on Xbox. And so the game just came out on Xbox last year. And it was real cool. I done talked about this before. The game last year, I ain't gonna say it was perfect or nothing like that, but it was a cool experience getting into that game. This year, I don't think this game is better than the one last year, but I do think it's some things on this game that is, like, I like the slow progression of the card overalls, even though I do think they kind of fucked up these all-star cards in this new drop they had today. I think a lot of these all-star cards is kind of screwed with their ratings. And the reason that I don't like that they kind of fucked some of the ratings on these all-star cards is some of these cards ain't going to get a better card at the end of the season. Like, I don't care that they fucked Juan Soto's rating on that card, because Juan Soto just won the home run derby, so he's going to get a better card anyways. But he also probably going to get the finest card for the Nationals at the end of the season. So I'm not too mad about them fucking Juan Soto's card, but you got other players who probably won't get a better card at the end of the season. Now, Bryce Harper is the card that I cared about the most, and he got a great card. But Bryce Harper's also should be getting an MVP card at some point in time this year, because the motherfucker won MVP last year. So if he don't get an MVP card on this game, That'll just be wild to me. Nonetheless, I think they kind of fuck some of the ratings with some of these players. Like, some of the players on this, like, they could be so much better if you had just given them 100 contact for both left and righties, bro. Like, Julio Rodriguez probably will get a better card tonight because of how great. I truly think Julio should get the best home run derby card, because Julio just had the best performance in this entire home run derby. You can legit say Juan Soto got some favorable matchups, and I love Juan Soto. But Julio popped for 32 in the first round, 31 in the second round, and he was so gassed that he could only pop 18 in the last round. But man, I also don't agree with Julio batting first in that last round after popping 32, 31, and then having to bat first. That's just insane to me. But I think Julio should get a better home run derby card than Juan Soto. Now, I don't mind. I'm happy about both because I think both cards are going to be elite. However, I just think it's hard to not give Julio a nasty card after that performance he just put on. Like, I hope the devs look at the performance and like, man, we just need to juice both of them. I would rather them juice Juan Soto's card than rather have him have a good card and have Julio have a bad card just because he didn't win it, even though he hit the most home runs out of everybody in the performance. I think he cleared that by like 15 or something home runs. Like, out of all the home runs hit tonight, Julio hit the most. So I just think it's this. Like, I want them to give him. I would rather them juice both cards than not give Julio a great card. Like, Julio should have a card right now that's, to me, he should be maxed out contact. I'm gonna be honest with you. He definitely should be maxed out on the right side. I mean, hitting lefties or whatever. But I dead ass would give him a card that's got 100 plus contact. I would give him 110 plus contact on both sides. Damn near perfect power on both sides. And all I would do is juice the fuck out of Juan Soto. I would give him higher contact for both sides and maxed out power for both sides. Like, dead ass. And Julio is going to be the natural, probably going to be the better card because his fielding is already a diamond fielder. So his home run derby card going to have diamond fielding on it. But Juan Soto's a great fielder. Well, I don't want to say he not a Julio Rodriguez, but he's a good fielder. So he probably going to have like silver fielding on his home run. These two motherfucking cards are going to be juiced. I just feel like that's what they should just do. Just juice both of these fucking cards, bro. I really think that's what they should do. But we're here to talk about the home run derby. But first, let me go back to that event, yo. The connection in that event dropped, like I said, for every single fucking game, bro. It was not a single game that had. And then it was two streamers, bro. One of the teams, the team that ended up winning this event, they pulled off some of the hoest shit I've ever seen in a tournament. And I get it. You know me, man. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying in some instances. And you just do everything. Hey, winners win, losers lose. In this type of event, where you know you playing with like a pro, and that's why I don't like how they team up people sometimes, because this dude Cougs was teamed up with this I can't remember how you pronounce her last name, bro. It was crazy. But his teammate, she was a rookie, an amateur at the game, basically. She didn't know how to play. She couldn't hit or nothing like that. In the like semifinal rounds, instead of having to face Cougs, because like they was playing duos 2-on-2 and they would alternate when they was hitting, these motherfuckers would walk Cougs every time he came up, so they would face her. They strike her out, walk Cougs, face her again. That is some of the hoest shit I've ever seen. Now, I understand people like, well, you know, they trying to win, bro, that'd be completely different if it was them playing against two pros. You playing against a dude who not even a pro, he just a content creator. Yeah, he good at the game, but he ain't a pro. And his partner is a rookie. And this is supposed to be a fun thing. And that's how you play. Like, that shit was trash. That on top of the connection. And I really don't know which one I dislike more. Because the connection was fucking irritating. But it's nice to see how they maneuvered through that. How they was able to rebound through that. But the way them dudes played Cougs in that other streamer, that was some hoe shit. I ain't like that. That was some of the hoest shit I done seen in a tournament. Like, that shit was whack. But getting to the MLB home run derby, I watched this shit last year, and this shit was nice last year. I don't really know if I don't really think let me just start off by saying this, bro. Kyle Schwarber pissed me the fuck off. And this is exactly why I do not bet on games, bro, on sports. Because shit like this can happen, bro. I saw somebody put like 54,000 on Schwarber to beat Pujols. Bruh. Every match, let me tell you, the first round matchups were J-Rod, Julio Rodriguez taking on Corey Seeger. Pete Alonso taking on Ronald Aconia Jr. Jose Ramirez taking on Juan Soto. And Albert Pujols taking on Kyle Schwarber. Kyle Schwarber got more home runs coming into this game than anybody in the fucking brackets. Okay? Nobody else coming into this competition have more home runs than Kyle Schwarber. He is second in the MLB in home runs. Albert Pujols is about to retire this year. The man about 100 years old. For fuck's sakes, bro. What in the... Kyle Schwarber went out... and I hate it when the announcer even had talked about how Schwarber had just asked his people, like, yo, should I even win this? Like, should I just let him win? Because I'm like, yo, who says that? Like, I wanted to not believe that he actually said that the dude was making it up. When you see this dude, bruh. Now, there's people out there who saying, like, yo, Kyle Schwarber hit a 20th home run and they didn't count it. And I actually believe that. Because when I was watching it, I thought to myself, they just not going to count this 20th home run. But I don't give a fuck about that. Because go look at how he ended that round. How he started to heat up. Bro, he could have been doing that the whole time, bro. Like, dude literally threw, bro. And that shit pissed me off. Because I ain't with that throwing shit, bro. For one, bruh. The only reason I was even going for Kyle Schwarber because he's a fucking Philly, bro. Okay? If he was not a Philly, I would have been going for Juan Soto. I immediately switched to my pick to Juan Soto after Kyle Schwarber pulled that bullshit. Not even before he lost. I'm talking about as soon as that first round, his first 3 minutes were up. I was like, I'm switching my pick. This motherfucker is throwing. I'm not a fan of that. That's some trash. Listen, I respect the fuck out of Albert Pujols, bro. I've been watching the machine my entire life, bro. This is one of the greatest players I've ever seen with my own two eyes. If I had a top 10 all-time MLB players I've ever seen, Albert Pujols would more than likely be in the top 5. But this a competition, bro. Albert Pujols hit 13 home runs and Kyle Schwarber couldn't clear that. That's embarrassing. And I'm sick of motherfuckers in Phillies uniforms deciding to embarrass us, bro. It feel like the only motherfuckers who put on that Phillies uniform, who wear it with some type of fucking pride and dignity every single time they walk out there, is Bryce Harper and Zach Wheeler, bro. And they are not even homegrown Phillies, bro. And they have more pride wearing that uniform than anybody else. Now listen, bro, this is not an indictment on Kyle Schwarber's season. But, bruh, how can you walk out there with a Phillies uniform on and throw like that, bruh? That was embarrassing, bruh. I'm be honest with you. This was a great competition. Like J-Rod show, I loved it. Obviously, I'm a huge Juan Soto fan, so I love it. But the Kyle Schwarber shit really pissed me the fuck off. I'm not gonna lie. That shit really pissed me the fuck off. Because I'm like, bruh, are you serious? Do the Phillies know nothing but embarrassment, bro? And then you got the Phillies tweeting about it online afterwards, talking about, we always proud of Schwarber. No, we not, bro. Shut up. Social media person made me mad, man. But listen, the home run derby started off with a bang. J-Rod, the rookie, Seattle Mariners rookie. Oh, before we start that, let me tell you how the home run derby works. So it's broken into brackets, so it's a one-on-one competition for the first round. For every round, it's basically one-on-one going head-to-head. It's broken into brackets and rankings rather. Everybody you start off with 3 minutes on the clock. If you can hit the ball 440 feet twice, you will get an extra minute. If you cannot, everybody get an extra 30 seconds after those original 3 minutes. When you have those 3 minutes, you can call a timeout at any point in time to take a quick breather and to get back to it. I'm trying to think. One person tonight didn't even get a second round, bro, and I'm trying to think of who it was. Hold up, because I wrote these notes down. I'm trying to make sure I just got the basis of all the things you need to know about the rounds, basically. But basically, that's how the home run derby go. So, before I actually talk about J-Rod, matter of fact, this is perfect way to actually talk about it. So, the first person to come up to the plate tonight to kick off the home run derby was J-Rod. And this motherfucker got on a roll. I love it when people do these home run derbies because it's like Juan Soto said the home run derby fixed his swing last year. It's just, to me, I like watching these shits because, some people, they just ignorant. They just, it's just a glorified batting practice. But, bro, don't watch it. Don't watch it. Don't talk about it. Nobody's forcing you to watch this and not enjoy this shit, bro. But, for me, one of the reasons I like it is because you look at a dude like J-Rod, right? You don't even, if you watch J-Rod, you don't think to yourself, that's a power hitter. I look at him and I'm like, that's a 5-tool player. He can do everything. Defense, run the bases, steal, hit for contact, hit for power. I don't just think like that's a power hitter, though. You look at a competition like this, though, and he just, when that swing is going and his BP coach pitcher is throwing him meatballs, and he just clearing them bitches. Just going. I would say out of everybody, that's why I think he should have the best card. Because out of every single person who competed in this tonight, he looked the best. He had the better hitting streaks, like hot streaks, where he just pop a couple of them bitches off in a row. His BP pitcher. Let me get it. I wrote his name down. Frammy Pena was easily the star of the night outside of the hitters. No BP coach, not even Pete Alonso's, was anywhere near. That's why it's kind of crazy that Juan Soto won. I really think that Julio gassed out because his BP pitcher was throwing him meatballs in that last round. He just couldn't hit none of them out of the park because he had gassed out. It's crazy that Juan Soto, that's how good a hitter Juan Soto is, that he won this competition with his BP coach being one of the most erratic BP pitchers, in the whole competition. Like, I thought because Corey Seeger, was up after J-Rod and he was the second one to perform on the night, his BP pitcher was the first one who I thought was like, and that was his dad who was pitching for him. I was like, he kind of throwing this a little off here and there, like he not really giving him a consistent spot. But Corey Seeger, a great pull hitter, so he was just putting it where he needed it. But I was like, he not really, and I really didn't pay too much attention to J-Rod's. I did, because I pay attention to that type of shit during home run derbies. But I really wasn't paying attention to it too much until I started to look at these other motherfuckers. And so I look at Pete Alonso's BP coach, right, because he was the next one up. And Pete was, actually, Aconia was next up. Him and hit, bro. It felt like Aconia he was over it, bro. Not only did his BP pitcher was he terrible in spots. Like when you do this shit, you supposed to get somebody who's throwing it right down the middle every time. Or wherever you need them to put it every single time. Or if they throw 50 pitches, you need 42, 44 of them bitches need to be in the same spot. That's what Frammy Pena was doing for Julio. No other BP pitcher for any of these dudes was anywhere near as good as Julio's. If you go back and watch this home run derby and look at Juan Soto's BP pitcher, I'm telling you, you would probably be absolutely floored that this motherfucker ended up winning. But like I said, that's just a credit to how unbelievable a hitter Juan Soto is. And the fact that I do think Julio kind of gassed out at the end. But now I know some people going to say, well, it's not fair to say that he gassed out and that's why he lost because Juan Soto hit after him. He waited after, he got to wait after Juan Soto went through a whole round, blah, blah, blah. I get it. I'm not saying that's why Juan Soto won. I'm saying I think that's one of the reasons Julio lost is because he gassed out towards the end. For whatever reason. Juan Soto, though, like I said, I'm not mad that Juan Soto won. I'm happy that he got this on his career. Coming into this game, people talking about how he rejected a $440 million contract, and you got those bozo fans out there that's like, how much money do we need? More. That's how much he need. More. and he want to win. Do you know how absolutely stupid it would be for him to sign that contract knowing he can make that same type of money elsewhere for a winning organization where he won't be walked damn near every fucking time he come up to bat, where he'll have other people in the lineup to protect him and to make it so that he cannot be just walked where they have to pitch it to him? It would make no sense for him to stay with the Nationals, a team to have. I love Josh Bell. There's nobody on that lineup really, even Josh Bell, that's demanding you face Juan Soto on a regular basis. Like Bryce Harper with the Phillies for a lot of years. He had no protection in the lineup. And that makes it hard. That kind of age players' careers, in my opinion. That's why I'm so happy that Mookie been with good teams his whole career, bro. So he can be great and not have to worry about everybody being, exhausting himself because everybody around him is not good. I feel bad for Mike Trout, man. Mike Trout need to ask for a trade to Philly, bro. Just ask for that trade to Philly. I know some Philadelphia fans are like, bro, we'll trade Nicholas Castellanos, bro. I still fuck with Casty. I know he's struggling right now. But like I stuck with Bohm when he was struggling defensively, you best believe I'm sticking with my boy Castellanos. I stuck with JT when he was struggling, bro. And I'm going to say this. I'm glad that JT didn't make the All-Star game this year because Sony San Diego really pissed me off last year when they threw out like 6 fucking JT Real Muto cards. Like, bruh. Motherfucker, they tried to do that. They would have did it this year too, bro. I'm telling you. They would have did it this year. How do you give JT Realmuto the face of the franchise when you got a Bryce Harper, a Schwarber, and a Nicholas Castellanos, bro? The fucking card wasn't even that good, bro. You got an Alec Bogue who you could have made nasty, bro. Like, it's so many bro. Now, I understand they gave Bryce. Listen, we ain't here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the Home Run Derby 2022. So, J-Rod, in his first 3 minutes, he had 25 homers. After he got his extra bonus for those for the 1 minute, he popped off and ended up with 32, which was the second most in the first round ever. And it's funny because he going against Corey Seeger, who had hit 15 at one point in time, which was the third most. They kept giving us that stat, so I felt like I needed to give y'all that stat too, so you welcome. But Corey Seager stepped up, and like I said, he had his dad throwing to him, and he popped off for 20 after his first 3 minutes. And he also earned the 1 minute mark. Now, I just want to say Corey Seager have one of the best swings in baseball to me. Like, I love Corey Seager's swing. That shit is so pure, so clean. And he was playing in Dodger Stadium, a stadium that he played in for his whole career up until he went to Texas last year, or the Rangers last year. But either way, he had 20 after his first 3 minutes, and after he earned his next minute, he was only able to hit 4 more. So he ended up with 24, meaning J-Rod, the young phenom in Seattle, with Ken Griffey there watching, would advance to the next round. The next round, Pete Alonso and Ronald Acuna Jr. Now, like I said, I came into this wanting Pete Alonso to lose. I like Pete, but I was ready for him to lose because it was so many other dudes in this competition that I like more than Pete Alonso. Plus, I was thinking about the cards that they was going to release, and I'm like, bro, I don't want a home run derby card for Pete Alonso again, bro. It's the best card. We got enough first basemen, and he got enough good cards on the game already. But in his first 2 minutes, he popped off for 16. Once that happened, I was like, he ain't winning this competition this year. And then his next, after he earned his 1 minute, because Pete hit moonshots, he ended up with 20. So he only hit 4 more. Now, I thought Ronald Acuna was going to beat him. Now, actually, that Pete won with that because Ronald went first. But Ronald hit 18 home runs. I thought that Pete was going to Ronald hit 19 home runs because with his he didn't even earn the full minute. He only got 30 extra seconds, and he only hit 1 home run. He looked sloppy from the rip, how he was swinging and shit. Like he was... The pitching coach was sabotaging him. I mean, his BP pitcher was sabotaging his ass the whole time. Like, I'm giving Ronnie none of the blame because I'm a huge Ronald Acuna Jr. fan. But I'm not happy about that performance. But Pete, I thought, was going to beat him without even needing that extra minute. He actually did need the extra minute, which immediately... I tweeted a lot of incorrect tweets tonight, boy. I'm telling you, it's a good thing I didn't bet on this shit. But because I said Pete ain't going to need the 1 minute, extra 1 minute, and he needed it. But once that all transpired, I was like, there's no way Pete's winning this shit. It's just no shot. Plus, I hate the Mets so much right now that I was never rooting for Pete to win this shit. It just was never going to happen. But Jose Ramirez took on Juan Soto next. Jose Ramirez plays for the Cleveland Guardians. Juan Soto is a Washington National for right now. Ramirez went up first. He a switch hitter. He hit from the right side of the plate. Everybody was making a big deal about how they thought he was going to hit from the left side, but he's a natural righty. And he started off kind of slow. And in his first round, 3 minutes, he only hit 14 home runs. It took him a long time to get going. I don't think Jose Ramirez is a home run hitter as much as he is just a great all-around hitter. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I thought about Julio. But Julio is clearly, that motherfucker got pop in his bat. But after he got the 30 seconds, because he didn't earn the extra minute, he hit 2 more. So he ended up with 16. So Juan Soto ended up coming up, and I knew he wasn't going to need his a whole round, like extra minute to win that. And Juan Soto ended up popping off 17 in the first 3 minutes of the competition in order to beat Jose Ramirez and move on to the next round. Juan Soto just swagged out. Juan Soto had a haircut in this one, bro. The last time he was in this shit, he had like the mohawk type shit. He got to go back to that. That shit was smooth, my guy. I was digging that shit. That shit was a vibe, bro. I'm like, yo, I fucks with that, bro. I like how motherfuckers accessorize theyself and how they swag theyself out, bro. But I guess he was like, this hair is getting too much for me, so I'm with it. The next round, the last round. Was this the last round? Yeah, this was the last round, bro, because this is the one that pissed me off, bro. But I already talked about that one. The Schwarber and Pujols one. Pujols ended up winning that one. I ain't going back over that one, bro. Schwarber pissed me off. But moving on to the second round. The second round started off with Julio Rodriguez and Pete Alonso. And boy, Julio started off with a motherfucking bang. After Julio's first 3 minutes, he had 22. And he earned his extra minute again. And the only time Julio didn't earn that extra minute was in the last round. That's how I knew he was kind of gassed. But he popped off for 31. So he ended it with 31. He didn't go for 31 extra points in that round. He ended with 31. Meaning he hit 9 after that. And yes, I just used my fingers to count that up. But don't talk shit, because you would have done it too. But around at this point, that's when people started to realize this dude got the best BP pitcher out of everybody in the field tonight. It's a real shame they didn't win that thing, because boy, the BP pitcher might have had his best round in the last round. That's what was so crazy. I mean, the motherfucker reeled off like 12 straight meatballs in the same spot in a row. It was just like, yo, how? And I think the dude was like a catcher, a former catcher or something. He definitely was an athlete, because he didn't look like one of the old dudes to be up there out of shape and shit. But Pete. So last year, people talked about like how Pete said he liked to go second. Oh, wait a minute. No, how Pete liked to go first because he liked to set the tone. He don't like to be the one that have to chase. But boy, he found himself in that chase spot tonight, and it just did not look good. His dude was even giving him some good pitches. Like, his dude wasn't as erratic as some of these other ones were. I don't think he had his best outing like he did last year, but he definitely wasn't like terrible. Pete just could not get them bitches over the fence like he could last year. And so, and it was a problem early in this shit because of the sunlight. The sun was going down, I guess, in LA or whatever. And just based off of where the sun was and shit and the shadows, it was kind of fucking up the hitters where they couldn't see and shit. That's no excuse for Schwarber throwing, though, so. But, who are we talking about? Who we just... Oh, Pete. But, yeah, so Pete ended up going down, and I made a big kerfuffle about it on Twitter. You didn't see that word coming tonight. But I made a big deal about that shit on Twitter. I'm like, yo, down goes the king. Down goes the king. I was so happy that Julio won that shit because I'm like, my man going to the finals. We going to the league. We going to the league. That's the LeBron James commercial. But the next round consisted of Albert Pujols and Juan Soto. And boy, this thing got close. See, this was crazy. Everybody did the whole, because you know Albert Pujols retiring, and I'm so glad they talked to Manny and whatnot, because Manny the one who made a big, Manny Machado, third baseman for the and All-Star this year, starting third baseman in the All-Star game for the NL. But he made a big deal, as he should have, about how people wasn't really showing Albert Pujols enough respect when he went into their stadiums and shit, knowing that he about to retire and he one of the greatest hitters, players to ever play the game. And they showed a lot of love to Albert Pujols tonight throughout this competition. But my boy Soto, I knew he wasn't going to throw. But maybe some of the emotions he had from Albert talking so nice about him in the beginning of the competition before it even kicked off got to him a little bit, so he made this thing a little dramatic. But after the first 3 minutes, Albert had 12 home runs after he got his 30 seconds extra thing, because I don't think Albert got the extra minute at all tonight. Let me make sure. Yeah, Albert never got the extra. He couldn't hit that 400. I don't think he hit a single thing that went 440 feet. Maybe he hit one. But he never got the extra full minute. He always got the extra 30. And after that extra 30, he only hit 3 more home runs. So he ended up with 15 homers. And Juan Soto followed that. And I thought Juan was going to just use that 3 minute to knock that out the park. He didn't. He had 13 at the end of it. And he needed his extra minute, because he did earn the whole extra minute. And he used that, and he added 3 more in order to walk off the machine, Albert Pujols. So that set up the finals of the MLB Home Run Derby 2022. Juan Soto taking on Julio Rodriguez. Now, I'm not really that mad that Julio went first, because it would have kind of been fucked up if Juan had to go again as soon as he just finished. So I'm really not that mad about that. But Julio went first, and in this one you only had 2 minutes. And in his first 2 minutes, he had 14 in his extra 30 seconds because he didn't earn the extra full minute this round. He hit 4 more to give him 18. And while they kept showing us Juan Soto working out his back and whatnot, in the back, he came out. He hit 15. The man hit 15 after the first minute. Once he got done with his first 2 minutes, you could see he was warming up, getting hot. And it was over from that, because in that next, he earned his full minute. He earned that whole minute in the next round. He went off. And he walked it off once again. And in 2022, the Home Run Derby champion is Juan Soto. And Juan Soto a monster. So I'm happy for him that he got this accolade on his resume. And this was a great competition. Like I said, aside from Kyle Schwarber pulling that bullshit, this was a great competition, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I can't wait till next year to watch the Home Run Derby again and see who all compete in it. Juan Soto definitely got to come back for his third straight, because now he is coming back as a defending champion. I would like to see Julio Rodriguez come back and do this thing again, since the All-Star Game is going to be in Seattle next year. But I appreciate you for joining me. We're going to be talking about the All-Star Game tomorrow night, because that happens tomorrow, and we'll talk about that after the game. But I appreciate you for joining me. Tell somebody you love them. Tell somebody you fuck with them. Saint out.
I got the moves like hot sauce. Lil' mama taking the top off. I'm laying down getting topped off. After this, she know she getting knocked off. I know she loving the money, so I keep on thumbing and thumbing. She say she horny when she taking shots, so I keep them coming and coming. Now I'm putting dick in her tummy, scoop her up like I'm raking or something. You would think shawty red track, the way that she running and running. You getting dumber and dumber. You out here chasing the bone. After she finished from giving me dome, the Uber is taking her home. Tight.